fight fans. So Canelo recently did a little talk, a little interview, I guess you could say, and he talks about his May return. The guy just recently went through surgery, and he had some wrist problems. And hey, all things considered, Canelo definitely doesn't owe us anything. Canelo has fought a lot of fights for us, and Canelo has never really taken a break. You look at all these fighters who've taken multiple breaks, multiple breaks. There's fighters that had to be gone. Either they were sick or something happened to them, or they just want to take a break, take a long layoff. But Canelo never has. If you think about it, Canelo really is always, every single year has fought. Either it would have been 3 times, 2 times, or even 1 time. Canelo has always given us the fights that we wanted. Maybe not at the time we wanted them, very few, small handful of them, but he has done so. So he is coming back 2023. He's already talking about 2 times. Looks like he wants to take up a tune-up fight in May and then have a rematch in September against his loss against Bivol. So, guys, who do you think we're going to see against Canelo in 2023 in May? Right now there's a big fight lined up with Caleb Plant versus um, David Benavidez. That could be a potential winner meeting Canelo. So guys, all those people out there that are calling out Canelo, that calling Canelo and David Benavidez fight, that could be a potential fight lined up. All David Benavidez has to do is beat Caleb Plant, and it's not an easy task for both fighters. David Benavidez is going to be in a tough fight with Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant is going to be in a tough fight with David Benavidez. So guys, that's actually an epic could be an epic showdown in May. My personal opinion, if um if Canelo's going to go back up to light heavyweight, I would feel more comfortable him going up to actually light heavyweight instead of trying to flirt with 168 to light heavyweight, because it's a big difference. Even though it's only 7 pound difference, it's 168 versus 175. But still, these guys that are coming from light heavyweight, some of them are walking around possibly like 190, almost 200 pounds. Some of these other guys at super middleweight, about that same frame, maybe 180, 190, around that time frame, around that same frame. But still, I would rather, if Canelo's very serious about the light heavyweight, I would rather him go up and maybe challenge a easier opponent at light heavyweight, nothing too serious, nothing too crazy, and try to get a win underneath his belt. Try to get something underneath his belt that is going to get him comfortable for that rematch against Bivol. That's what I would like. I would really like that, if that to go down for Canelo, because I feel Canelo could possibly beat Bivol, but I think he just went in there with a different game plan, and also I think he felt a little too comfortable with himself. Being the fact that he's been so undefeated for so very long, the only loss he had was against Mayweather. But at the same token, you look at his career, he should have that right, because he just went in there and beat everybody. He did almost lose to, well, should have lost to Triple G that first fight, beat him that second fight, and then and then moving forward, he looked how comfortable he was. He was kind of losing in that Sergey Kovalev fight, but he knocked him out. So he has that right to have that confidence. But right now, he lost, and he lost clearly. Clearly, it was not even a close fight. He lost clearly. He probably had, maybe you could give him 2 rounds, maybe if you're being very generous, 3, extremely generous, 4 at the most, but nowhere near anything else like that. Nothing else. But so Canelo is, I think it's because the fact that these guys are bigger, these guys are stronger, these guys are a little bit, especially when he's a little bit more technical, more on his feet and everything like that. I think Canelo was hoping that his power can carry with him at the light heavyweight, but it didn't. It didn't carry with him. It basically ended up sticking with him. He ended up hitting him with some good power shots over there at light heavyweight against Bivol, but he didn't go anywhere. And I think Canelo was like, oh damn, I'm used to hitting these guys and they get stunned. They don't know what to do. Well, unfortunately, when Canelo hit him, Bivol just kept moving forward like a Terminator. And it really frustrated Canelo, because Canelo felt like he couldn't hurt the guy. So he was mostly on his back foot a lot. And who knows? Maybe it was also because of his wrist. Maybe because it was just so many other different scenarios that happened in training camp or whatever it is. But regardless, at the end of the day, he lost. So with that being said, I look at this fight and I'm saying, I don't necessarily want him to be at 168 next year if he wants to have that rematch with Bivol. If he wants to leave 175 pounds alone and he wants to go off and do his own thing, then I 100% understand that and respect that. But at the end of the day, if he wants to go up there, I'd much rather him go against a light heavyweight and let his body fill out as a light heavyweight instead of trying to do it both at the same time. You know, give yourself time to adjust to that new weight class, like he did with the middleweight. You know, when he was a 154 pounder, and then he finally fought at middleweight, he wasn't going after the very best middleweight at the time. He was going after some decent middleweights to get adjusted to middleweight. And then when he finally got adjusted to middleweight, that's when he was able to do his thing. Well, right here, this is light heavyweight. Let him get adjusted to light heavyweight. This is gonna be his only third fight at light heavyweight against Bivol in the rematch. You know, he fought Sergey Kovalev, he fought Bivol, and he's gonna have Bivol again. So I'd much rather him get adjusted to that middleweight, get comfortable at that and at that middleweight, that light heavyweight, and then go against him. Because I feel Canelo could potentially beat him. I really do feel that, but he needs to get adjusted to it. Because if you go in there light and thin and all these other the way he walks around like at 168, going in there and try to do it against a light heavyweight, then it's not really gonna transpire like that. It's not really gonna go down the way you want it to go down. You know. So with that being said, I'd much rather him do that instead of taking up a tune-up fight at 168. But guys, let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know if that's what you think Canelo should do, or you let me know if you think Canelo should be fight the winner of David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. Let me know in the comments, guys. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.